is like Michael Leboff's favorite time of year. I know Madison Square Garden. I'm assuming you're coming to this event, at least stopping by. May 31st to June 1st, the U.S. Darts Masters is in town. Give us the lowdown on who's who of darts, and are you also are you coming?
Yeah, I should be there hopefully Saturday. But yeah, it's a great tournament. I was so shocked with how electric the atmosphere was. I thought maybe, I've been over there in England for the darts, and it's just so much fun. And I didn't know if it would translate as well, but the Garden crowd last season was awesome. And even the players and the people who run the tournament were saying how great it was and that it really blew their expectations away. So it's a lot of fun, something you should check out, something you should absolutely watch. It's a fun sport to bet on because it's very quick. It's one-on-one. It's kind of like a very short version of tennis in terms of like the ebbs and flows. Yeah, and all the stars will be there. We got Luke Littler, who's a teenage sensation in the sport. He's 17. He was the runner-up at the World Championships last January as a 16-year-old. He then won the Premier League of darts as a 17-year-old last week. He's the co-favorite with Luke Humphries. The guy beat him in the World Championship. He's like 24, 25 himself, so not too long in the tooth. Those two guys are the stars of the sport right now. The old hand, Mike Van Gerwen, it's kind of like the Tiger Woods of darts. He's your third favorite. He won this event last year. He's won everything, so he's always a lot of fun. Great crowd, great walk on. The crowd gets into it. Green lights and Seven Nation Army, but the two guys I'll bet to win the tournament are Michael Smith, Bully Boy. He's 9-1. His best game is probably as good as anyone on the planet when he's scoring and is actually on form. He won the World Championships 2 years ago. He's famous for that 9-darter in that World Championship that went viral at the time. He's in a really, really, really good score. He's so hard to handle if he's on, and the format of this sport of this tournament kind of helps with that because it's just match after match basically for these guys. And the other player I'm going to look to back is Rob Cross, who's 16-1. It's just a numbers play. He's just his top game is as good as the Van Gerwens and Gerwin Prices of the world. Those guys are their odds are much shorter. So I like betting Rob Cross. He keeps a cool head. He's very cool and collected in pressure moments. He's a great finisher. So those are the two guys I like at bigger numbers rather than going with the favorites.
It's interesting. You mentioned Michael Bully Ball Smith, 9-1.
Bully Boy, yep.
Bully Boy, yeah. Rob Voltage Cross. So all these guys got nicknames. By the way, Luke Littler is Luke the Nuke. That's kind of a basic one. They got to get a better nickname for him. That's just like, oh yeah, let's see what we can rhyme. But you called yourself, or I guess you named yourself Mike the Anxiety Leboff as your darts nickname if you had to give one. I figured you would be Mike plus money Leboff because you look back at your best bet on the Rangers game. You couldn't settle for the 1.5 on like a normal vig line. It had to be no goals plus 3-1 or better. You're always outlining everything you can do. I was told that you have a nickname for me that I have yet to hear.
Yeah, if I had to give you one, the first thing that came to my mind would be Dally from the classic film and book The Outsiders. You look just like Dally, I think. Poor man's Dally, I would say. You're not as good looking as Matt Dillon, so don't get carried away. But that would be me, Charlie Dally DiSturco.
Okay, Dally DiSturco. You got the double D there too. And I just looked him up quickly while you were giving your spiel. He's a good looking man. I think that we look kind of similar. I'm going to take it and going to say that you are complimenting me because that's something that I don't get often from you.
Yeah, yeah. You'd be the if there was a like low budget, very off Broadway version of The Outsiders played, maybe at like a local high school or something, you could definitely play Dally.
Well, I can get into some short film acting. You know what? Maybe you'll see me on Broadway one of these days, Leboff. But thank you so much for hopping on. Enjoy the darts this weekend and enjoy your scoreless first period.